Now we will discuss about the important contribution of Julian Von Sachs regarding our understanding about photosynthesis. We know the basic equation of photosynthesis. It is 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 12 molecules of H2O, which are used as substrate. This whole process is done under sunlight. And then what is the end product? What synthesizes? Glucose is synthesizes. This is glucose. And we also know that oxygen evolves during photosynthesis if H2O is used, and 6 molecules of water is also generated. We have to also know about from where this oxygen evolves during photosynthesis. Look at these 2 molecules. In this CO2 there is also oxygen atom present, and in water there is also oxygen atom present. But these oxygen molecule which is evolved during photosynthesis, it comes from water. Okay, this oxygen is actually evolves. In our earlier videos we have showed you that if we use hydrogen sulfide instead of water, then there will be no oxygen evolvement. Okay, there will be some sulfur or sulfate compound instead of oxygen. This is also proved by using radioisotopic techniques. Julian Von Sachs is the first scientist who showed us evidence that the end product of photosynthesis is glucose, and he did it in 1854. Okay, he is the first scientist who showed us evidence that the end product of photosynthesis is glucose. What actually he showed us? He showed us the evidences. Okay, the evidences of glucose production when plants grow. He is the first scientist to show it. And we also know that this glucose is not stored in the plant. It is converted into starch, and then that starch is stored. So it will be converted into starch, and this starch will be stored inside the plant cells. Where photosynthesis occurs, we have little bit idea that it occurs in the green parts of plants, and one green substance is responsible for that. Julian Von Sachs gave us one idea that these green substance where photosynthesis occurs, that is located inside one special body within the plant cell. Okay, so what is that study showed us? That green substance in plants is located in special bodies within plant cell. Okay, so this green substance, right now we know what it is. This green substance is actually chlorophyll. Okay, and these special bodies which he referred to, this is right now known as chloroplast. He also found that these green parts of plants, this green substance, this is the place where glucose is made, and he also found that glucose is generally stored as starch. Okay, in this form glucose storage occurs. Let us now clear the concept why glucose cannot be stored inside the cell and why it has to be converted to the starch if we want glucose to be stored in the cell. Okay, for that we have to know some properties of glucose. One property is responsible for that. Glucose is soluble in water. Glucose is soluble in water. It is water soluble, and it is also one reducing sugar. Okay, and you all know, suppose it is a cell and these are the cytoplasm. The main component of cytoplasm is water. You all know this. So as glucose is soluble in water, if you want glucose to store here, then glucose will create one solution with this cytoplasmic water. And what will be the result? If glucose mixed off, then the concentration of the solution will be increased. Concentration will be increased. If the concentration, actually it is solute concentration of the cytoplasmic solution increases, then what will happen? It will cause the osmotic pressure of the solution to increase. The osmotic pressure will be increased, and you all know the simple formula of diffusion pressure deficit is dPd equals to OP minus Tp. If osmotic pressure increases, then dPd will be increased. And you all know that what is this dPd? This dPd actually indicates the thirst of a cell for water. So if dPd is increased, then it will cause endosmosis. So endosmosis may occur. Okay, and as a result, water may enter inside the cell due to its higher osmotic pressure. So water will enter. If water enters inside the cell, then the pressure inside the cell will be increased, and there will be a high wall pressure. Okay, and this pressure then will disturb the normal shape and size of the cell, and if this pressure exceeds, then once this cell will burst. So this problem will arise if you want glucose to store in the cell. For this problem, glucose cannot be stored. Another one problem is there. Glucose is one reducing sugar. It has reducing property. If you store it, then it may reduce other substances which are present inside the cell. That's why glucose is not stored. Let us now see why starch can be stored inside cells. For that, we have to know some properties of starch. Okay. Glucose was reducing sugar, but you all know starch is one non-reducing sugar. So if you store starch inside the cell, it will not reduce other components of the cell. It will not affect other parts of the cells. And it is also insoluble in water. Okay, as it is insoluble in water, then if you want to store it, it will not create any solution. Okay, and it will not increase the concentration of the solution which is already present inside the cell. If the concentration is not increased, then OP will not be increased. If OP is not increased, then dPd will not be also increased, and if dPd don't increase, then there will be no problem. So starch can be stored because of its property non-reducing and insolubility in water, mainly for this insoluble in water.